15, I used to babysit for a married couple, right? Well, that married couple separated, right? But I would still go and babysit for the wife. They had 2 kids still in diapers, toddlers, whatever. And one day the wife is like, hey, can you come babysit for the weekend? Because I kind of need you, blah, 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 blah. So my mom's like, all right, whatever, I'll drop her off. So she drops me off. It's summer, so she drops me off. And then that same day, the said, I'm going to go washing. I'll be back. I said, okay. And as I sat there, like, for a couple of hours, she called from a payphone to the house phone and was like, hey, how are you guys doing? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, cool, we cool. So she was like, all right, cool. I'll call you later. And I said, okay. She's like, all right. So then later came around and nobody ever called back. And then the husband ended up calling and he was like, hey, have you seen so-and-so? And I was like, no. He's like, she ain't been back since. And I was like, no. So he called me and called me and called me throughout the whole night until 7 in the morning. He shows up and he's pissed. And he's like, ¿Dónde puta está esta mujer? And I was just like, I don't know. I'm just a babysitter. So anyways, he like, all right, I'll be back. He's like, I'm going to go look for this. And I was like, all right, whatever. He goes about his way. Next thing you know, I got this banging on this door talking about, let me in. I let her in. She's like, he caught me with so-and-so. So-and-so was his best friend, was her husband's best friend. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, I was with so-and-so and he pulled up on me and he caught me and he saw me. And I was just like, what the So this dude goes into the apartment. He gets his in their apartment and they start to argue and fight. And so I just grab the kids and take them to the bedroom and they're fighting and whatnot. She ends up calling the cops because she says that he hit her, and he goes to jail. And this said, well, now that he's in jail, now I can freely around with his homie. So I'll be back, Erica. Mind you, she didn't tell me that. She just said, I'll be back later. After she's seen us for like about 2 hours and she was like, I'll be back. I said, okay. The never came back. Like never. It's been 5 years and she still ain't been back. That's wild. She ended up leaving and marrying this other guy or being with this other guy. She couldn't even marry his because she never got divorced from the first husband. So she ended up being with him and having kids with him and just reliving her life and kind of forgot about these kids. So the dad raised these kids up into whatever. And I was like, that's crazy. That is crazy. Because now I think about it, I'm like, I could never just leave my kids behind. Y si quieren a la pinche gallina, también tienen que querer a los pollitos culeros.
This story is beyond wild. Imagine being a teenager, showing up for what you think is a typical babysitting gig, only to get roped into a full-on soap opera. The mom not only leaves you hanging, but calls you from a payphone and then disappears to mess around with her husband's best friend, and then she never comes back, like, ever? The fact that the dad ended up raising the kids alone speaks volumes. How did people just walk away like that? Would you have handled it any differently if you were in her shoes?